it's baseball, it's Battle of the Ravine, and it's live on OSDN. Good afternoon and welcome to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. I'm Chase Hartzell, and you are looking live at Rab Rogers Field. It will serve as the site of today's midweek matchup between the visiting Henderson State Reddies and the Ouachita Tigers. Henderson State making the quick trip across US 67 this afternoon, just a walk away from their own home turf of Clydeberry Field. This game, not an official one for the GAC standings, but it is a meeting between these two GAC rivals who have a lot of history with each other. Both teams currently in the top four in the conference, as you can see on your screen. Ouachita looking to bounce back after a series loss against Southeastern Oklahoma State. And then Henderson won their last series in a sweep at East Central. These two teams met earlier in the year, with Henderson taking that first meeting by a score of 4-0. On that day, Ouachita, who was competing in the Mike Dugan Invitational along with the Reddies, was held off of the scoreboard, but they have not been shut out since that day when they were shut out twice. They also had a meeting with Northwest Missouri State that same day. Henderson looking for their 30th win of the year here today. Ouachita looking for its 25th. Been a very impressive season for both of these squads. And starting out today on the mound for the Tigers, it'll be the junior right-hander out of South Mountain Community College, Dustin Bermudez. Ouachita opting not to have a designated hitter to start out this game, as Bermudez has been seeing it well at the plate. And it looks like we are already set to go. Caden Argenbright digging in here for Henderson State. There you get a look at Henderson State's lineup this afternoon. Bermudez getting set out there on the mound. And here's the first pitch of the ball game. That one's taken on the outside corner for strike one. Bermudez has been a standout two-way player this year for Ouachita. And he's working quickly here. The 0-1 misses outside for a ball. He's 2-0 on the year on the mound. He struck out 19 in just 13 innings of work. And the 1-1 here is taken low for a ball. So it's count leverage here to the ready second baseman. Here's the 2-1 now. And that one is ripped back up the middle, and that's going to be our first base hit of the afternoon. So following the leadoff single, that's going to bring up the third baseman for Henderson State, Dylan Thomas. Bermudez keeping an eye on the runner at first. Here's the first pitch to Thomas. That one is taken for strike one. What a year it's been for the junior. Comes into this plate appearance with a .443 batting average on the year. He's also been a bit of a power threat. He's homered 3 times and driven in 25 runs. Next pitch is hit fairly well out towards center field, but Heine is drifting under it. And he is going to make the play out there. Throw in, and the runner will not be tempted to try and take second there. So with one away in the inning, Grayson Stevens coming up to the plate for Henderson State. Stevens, one of the senior leaders on this ready squad. He's been good with the bat this year, .380 batting average. He's homered 8 times and driven in 40 runs. Those 40 runs driven in are the best in this lineup, as the first pitch is taken low for a ball. Fans starting to creep in here, as this was a 3 o'clock first pitch on a school day, so A lot of students starting to walk in as classes wrap up for the day. This one swung on and missed for strike one. Expect to see a good crowd this afternoon with these two Arkadelphia squads squaring off here at Rab Rogers Field. Here's the 1-1 from Bermudez, and that one's taken right there for strike two. Nice breaking ball there for from the right-hander out of Chandler, Arizona. And now Stevens going to have to battle up here with 2 strikes. The 1-2 from Bermudez, and that one is popped up over towards the left side, but G. Allen's going to run out of room over there, as that one's going to fall in the parking lot. Beautiful day for baseball here at Rab Rogers Field. Not a cloud in the sky. The 1-2. That one's taken just outside for a ball. Ouachita wanting to keep an eye on Argon Bright. Not the biggest threat on the base paths for Henderson, but he has been successful when he has gone this year. 3 for 3 on stolen base attempts. And the 2-2 here is going to be swung on and missed for strike 3. First punch out of the ball game for Dustin Bermudez. And that'll bring up the cleanup batter for Henderson, David Vilches. Another senior leader on this Henderson State squad. Leads the team in home runs with 14. Here's the first pitch. That one's taken low and outside for ball 1. Bermudez doing a good job of bouncing back from that leadoff single, but now he's facing a talented batter in the form of Vilches. The 1-0. That one, beautiful breaking ball that catches the inside corner for strike 1. Alec Lewis waits on deck for Henderson State as Dustin Bermudez gets set here. Now the 1-1. That one's in the dirt, but a good block there by Cade Burris. It's been a good year for the junior catcher. Behind the plate, he's played well defensively. Also done pretty well with a bat in his hand. Here's the next pitch from Bermudez, and this one is going to be popped up over to the right side. Going to be a tough play as this one keeps drifting. And it is going to bounce off the top of the batting cages out there in right field. Count runs even now. 2-2 with 2 away in the inning. Bermudez looking to make a good pitch here and to hang up a 0 on the scoreboard to start out this ball game. The next pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3, blew the fastball right by him, and that will do it for the top of the first. Tigers are at the plate. When we come back, you're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Hello, I'm Taylor King. I've been practicing law for over 34 years, but long before that, I learned what it takes to be a good lawyer, caring for others. You could say it's a family trait, and it's one I've passed along to my kids. If you've been involved in an accident, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK. I want to help.
We want to help. to be on your side by your side. I'm Austin King. Now, I've not been practicing law quite as long as my dad, but thanks to him, I know what it takes to be a good lawyer. I guess you could say it runs in the family.
And we welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. The Reddies did lead off the game with a base hit, but a good job there from Dustin Bermudez getting out of the inning without any further damage done as he holds Henderson State off the scoreboard and strikes out 2 batters to finish off the top of the first. We're getting our first look of the day at Henderson State starter Ethan Perry. It's been a solid sophomore campaign for him as you're getting a first look now at Ouachita's starting lineup. Ouachita with a good weekend at the plate at Southeastern Oklahoma State, especially in terms of power numbers. The Tigers homered 7 times in that series in Durant. Ouachita has 40 home runs on the year. That's the first time that a Ouachita team has reached that mark since 2009. And it's only the 4th time that a Ouachita team has done that since the team started archiving stats back in 2003. Another look at Perry. 5.16 ERA on the year. He's 2-1 over 22 2/3 innings of work. Has a bit of trouble with the walk, so we'll see if that comes into play as he's averaging about 1.3 strikeouts for every walk that he surrenders. And the first man that he's set to face this afternoon, Talon Heine. It's been a great year for the junior center fielder, and looking to get things going here in the bottom of the first for the Tigers. So count leverage here early for Heine as he's up 1-0. The next pitch. That one is drilled right back up the middle. And Ouachita has its first base hit of the ball game. So Heine starting off the afternoon right for OBU, and that's going to bring up G. Allen. Allen had a good weekend in Durant. He homered twice in that series, bringing his home run total for the year up to 10. He's the first Tiger to homer 10 times since Tyler Reebok did it back in 2019. And the first pitch here is going to be taken for ball 1. It's worth noting that 12 home run season for Reebok was the 5th best in program history. So Allen with a chance to make history here in his first year with the Tigers. Finds himself in count leverage, 2-0, and the wind hasn't really picked up yet, but it's blowing a little bit out towards right field. That works towards Allen's favor. And we're going to have a balk called. And Henderson State skipper is going to come out to have a word. So we're going to have a brief pause here as looks like the umpire's trying to indicate that it was a bobble. That was enough to call the balk. So Ouachita quickly with its first RBI opportunity of the afternoon. Allen stepping up to the plate here with count leverage, not where Perry wants to be at this point in the contest. Here's the 2-0. That one's taken inside for ball 3. Allen does have 26 walks on the year. That's good for second on the team. And maybe trying to work one here. The 3-0 taken on the outside corner for strike one. So still a good spot here for the Tigers' third baseman. Right where he wants to be with an RBI opportunity. He leads the team in that category with 41 on the year. And we're going to have time call. Wyatt Core waiting on deck for Ouachita as the Tigers look to draw first blood in today's contest. The next pitch, that one's taken for ball 4. So 27th walk of the year for G. Allen. And now Ouachita's got something cooking here in the bottom of the first. 2 runners on, nobody out. And Ethan Perry set to face off against Wyatt Core. Core been a threat at the plate in his own right. He's homered 7 times this season. A second on the team in RBIs with 40. Currently trailing G. Allen, but a chance to tie things up or perhaps even take the lead if he can drive one into the gap. He's going to take this one inside for ball 1. Is that heater darted in that time? What a season it's been for Core. The true freshman out of Fayetteville, Arkansas, making an impact in his first season with Ouachita. One of 3 players on the squad to receive a GAC Player of the Week award here in 2022. Here's the 1-0. That one swung on in, missed for strike 1. Enticed him with the pitch breaking outside that time. And it was enough to get Core to bite. Core getting the signs right now from Coach Howard, and now he digs back into the plate. Here's the 1-1. That one's taken in the zone for strike 2. Good pitch that time from Perry on the inside part of the plate, and now Core going to have to battle up here with 2 strikes. Looking to avoid becoming Perry's first punch-out victim of the ball game. 1-2. That one is swung on and missed for strike 3. Good breaking pitch that time from the sophomore right-hander, and there's one away in the inning for Jackson Cheney. Cheney here with another early RBI opportunity for Ouachita. He had a great weekend in Durant as well. He's also up to 7 home runs on the season. As first pitch here is going to be taken on the inside corner for strike 1. Cheney struggled a bit in the early part of the season, but he's gotten his batting average back up north of 280. He's one of the best power hitters on this Ouachita squad. As this one's going to be hit into the air out into center field. That one's going to hang up a bit. Center fielder's there to make the play for out number 2. So that's going to bring up the pitcher for Ouachita, Dustin Bermudez. Bermudez homered twice this weekend in Durant, or this past weekend, I should say, in Durant. And trying to build on that performance here. His team getting him to come through here as he takes strike 1. He's been good on the mound thus far. And now a chance to help his own cause here with an RBI opportunity. Perry's done really good on the mound since he gave up the leadoff base hit and the walk to start out the ball game. Bounce back with a strikeout and a fly out, and now just 1 out away from getting out of this inning unscathed. For Bermudez, set to put up a good battle. Here's the 1-1, runs inside, and now it'll be count leverage for Ouachita's pitcher. Perry sets, 2-1, and that one's hit fairly well out towards the gap, but Henderson center fielder is under the ball to make the play for out number 3. So Ouachita strands 2 here. It's no runs on 1 hit and no errors. Dustin Bermudez will be back on the mound when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Dustin Bermudez back on the mound in this scoreless affair. We are entering the 2nd inning of play here at Rab Rogers Field in this middle of the week Battle of the Ravine matchup between Henderson State and Ouachita. And Alec Lewis, the designated hitter, already back at the plate for the Reddies. And we are ready to resume action. This matchup, not an official GAC contest, though it is between 2 GAC teams. As the first pitch here is going to be taken outside for ball 1. The official GAC series between these 2 teams will take place in a couple weekends at Clydeberry Field when Ouachita makes the trip across US 67 for a 3-game set. Here's the 1-0. Now it's taken outside as well, so it's count leverage here to Lewis. Henderson leads the season series after taking the first meeting between these 2 squads by a score of 4-0 back on the opening day of the year for Ouachita. And the 2-0 here is going to be taken high for ball 3. So a good spot here for the designated hitter. Bryson Haskins waits on deck for Henderson as the 3-0 taken for strike 1. Good heater that time from Bermudez. Now the 3-1 from the junior right-hander, and that one's going to be hit down to second base. Throw it to first is in time, and there's one away in the inning. That'll bring up Bryson Haskins. Haskins, another senior for this Henderson State squad. A lot of older leadership on this HSU team as this one is ripped down to short, and it gets past Judd Arrington for a base hit. Bogman able to corral it in time. And it's a 1-out base hit for Henderson State, their second of the ball game. That will bring up the right fielder, Nick Butler. Butler looking to keep the line moving here for the Reddies in the top of the second. Check over, runner is back in time. Haskins is a threat to go. He's the team leader in stolen bases with 18. And Butler looked like he was going to lay down the bunt that time, but he pulls it back for ball 1. Haskins also has a 90% efficiency rate in stealing bases. So Ouachita want to keep an eye on him, and now the throw over. Probably a bit too close to comfort there for Haskins, but he's back in time. Another throw over, and again the runner's back in time. Bermudez not wanting to take his chances though. He knows that Haskins is a threat to go at any moment. Still 1-0 here to the 7-hole hitter for Henderson State. And the next pitch, that one's taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Now another check over. Throw over's close, but again the runner's back in time. Haskins and Butler, both seniors for Henderson State. Both teams going with a bit of an older look in terms of experience, as there's only one true freshman starting today for either squad, and that's Wyatt Core. This is going to be taken for ball 2. Throughout the season, though, Ouachita has seen many first-year players leave an impact, including true freshman Isaac Nowell. He is not in the starting lineup today, but we could still see him at some point in this contest. Bermudez keeping an extra close eye on the runner here for Henderson State, as now it's a count leverage situation, 2-1 count, and that's a prime time to go. 2-1. That one's in the dirt. Runner's going. Here's the throw down. The throw is in time. Cade Burris gunning down Bryson Haskins. That's only the third time he's been thrown out this year trying to steal. And now the complexion of this inning has completely changed, as there are 2 away, and nobody on. Still count leverage here for Butler. Trying to create something here. He's going to drive this one out towards deep left center field. Heine's under it, though, to make the play, and that does it for the top of the second. So Ouachita setting down the Reddies. No runs on 1 hit and no errors. Highlight of the inning being Cade Burris gunning down the top base stealer for Henderson State. That's Bryson Haskins. Ouachita will have another chance at the plate when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Baseball for me just kind of was the glue that kept my family together, I feel like. I was able to come here and get my triple major, as well as play a super high level of baseball against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II with a lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
We welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. New pitcher here for Henderson State, as Ethan Perry is going to get the hook after just one inning of work. Austin Cross, the senior left-hander, will be the new pitcher for the Reddies. And he will be set to lead off the inning against Judd Arrington. Action about ready to resume here. It's been a great season for Arrington, as the first pitch here is going to be hit high into right center field. Play is made out there. That's Haskins recording the put out, and with one away in the inning, that's going to bring up Cade Burris. Burris stepping up to the plate after gunning down Haskins in the top half of this inning. That was an important out number 2. And he's going to lay down the bunt here. That one hangs up in the air a bit, but it falls foul. Over towards the on-deck circle for Ouachita. Ricochets back up towards the backstop. Just a quick look at the stats for Cross. It's been a good year for him. 32 1/3 innings of work. And he's up in the count quickly here, 0-2. Good fastball that time. Not necessarily known as a strikeout pitcher, but he's just one good pitch away from getting the punch out right here. It would be his 20th of the year. The 0-2. That one is dribbled down to third. Going to be a tough play. Burris hustling down to first, throws wide, and the runner's safe. Not sure how that one's going to be scored, as that throw did pull the first baseman off the bag. That's Stevens out there playing first for Henderson. It officially goes down the book as an error. That one being tacked to the third baseman, Dylan Thomas. And with one away in the inning, there's a runner on first for Ouachita, and C.W. Schrader steps up to the plate. Pulls back this time, as it looked like we were about to have a snap throw there. Henderson likely going to try and keep an eye on Burris, who's a threat to go in his own right. 7 for 9 on stolen base attempts this year. Next pitch. Taken outside for ball 2. Schrader having a breakout year for Ouachita last season, as the 2-0 is hit out towards center field. Haskins is there to make the play, though, and they're quickly 2 away in the inning. So Noah Bachman due up at the plate for Ouachita. trying to keep the inning alive here. Here's the first pitch. That one's foul tipped. Could hear the contact from up here, and it's strike one. Bogman, he's been good at the plate for Ouachita this year, .311 batting average. He's going to take a ball right here. Only one home run on his line this year, but it was a big one. A grand slam against SAU. As the 1-1 here is taken high, and now the snap throw down is not in time. Count leverage here for Ouachita's left fielder. The 2-1. That one's taken low for ball 3. With count leverage here, we'll see if they send Burris on the move. The 3-1. That one is hit foul. Bogman got a pretty good piece of that one. Just trying to straighten it out here with 2 strikes. Cross looking to keep this game scoreless heading into the 3rd inning. The 3-2. And that one is hit out of play as well. Burris forced to retreat following the foul ball. Stevens is pulled off of first base now, as Burris is going to go regardless on the pitch. The 3-2. And that one is hit fairly well out to right field, but Butler right under it, and he's going to make the play for the 3rd and final out here in the bottom of the 2nd. No runs on no hits and 1 error on the inning for Ouachita. We're heading to the 3rd inning of play in this middle of the week Battle of the Ravine matchup. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
And we welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. We're scoreless here as we enter the 3rd inning of play. Good pitching performances this afternoon from both squads. Dustin Bermudez set to start his 3rd inning of work. And set to greet him here, Jacob Carroll. There's the 1-0 now from Bermudez. That one swung on and missed for strike 1. Had him fooled that time. Carroll, a solid bat in this Henderson State lineup. He's homered once this year and driven in 16 runs. Okay, he's going to pop this one out of play. It's been a good year for the Reddies. 29-12 on the season. here's the 1-2. That one's taken high for a ball. Henderson State, the reigning GAC tournament champion, has the 2-2 here. It's taken inside for ball 3. HSU currently in second place in the GAC standings, looking to defend their title in Hot Springs next month. Here's the payoff pitch from Bermudez, and this one's fouled back out of play. So a nice battle here between Carroll and Bermudez to start out the third inning of play. Payoff pitch. That one locks him up for strike 3. Beautiful breaking ball on the outside corner there from Bermudez. It's his third strikeout of the ball game, and that is going to bring up the 9-hole hitter for Henderson State. It's Pate Fullerton. And this was going to be hit out towards the gap. This could be trouble. Bachman with a sliding catch. What a play there. Good read off the bat that time by the junior. And he finishes off the play with a sliding catch. Important out number 2 here for Ouachita in the top of the third, as this one's taken on the inside corner for strike 1. It looks like we've had a retroactive adjustment in the scorebook, as the ball that passed Arrington in the last inning has now been ruled an error rather than a base hit. It was originally scored a base hit. So the line scores are once again identical. 0 runs, 1 hit, 1 error for both squads. 1-1. Taken outside for ball 2. Caden Argenbright, the 2-1, takes this one for strike 2. Bermudez looking to retire the side quickly. The 2-2 almost locked him up, but it stays too far outside for ball 3. Dylan Thomas would be next for HSU if the Reddies can keep the inning alive. The payoff once more from Bermudez. That one is chopped foul. It's going to skip over the visitors' dugout out there. Payoff pitch, and that one is ripped to center field, but right to Talon Heine for out number 3. So it's a 1-2-3 inning here for Dustin Bermudez in the top of the third. The Tigers will be back at the plate when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living. During my road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
We welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Lineup card has turned over, and the top of the order is due up for Ouachita here to lead off the inning. Talon Heine digging in for the Tigers. He's 1 for 1 on the afternoon. Owns Ouachita's only hit of the ball game thus far. The first pitch here is going to be hit out to shallow right field. Looks like it might even stay in the infield. Plays made there by the second baseman. And there's one away in the inning for G. Allen. Slight breeze blowing in right now and drifting a bit out towards right field. Allen going to be looking for one that he can drive right here. First pitch is taken high and inside for ball 1. Allen walked in his first plate appearance, as the 1-0 here is taken outside for strike 1. Austin Cross back out on the mound for Henderson State, and he's working quickly here. Here's the 1-1 from the senior left-hander. It's swung on and missed for strike 2. So Allen going to have to adjust here with 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. And that one is hit pretty well out towards left center field, but it hangs up in the air just long enough for Bryson Haskins to make the play. And there are 2 away in the inning for Wyatt Core. Core 0 for 1 on the afternoon with a strikeout. Looking to bounce back here with 2 away in the bottom of the 3rd inning. First pitch is taken here. The 1-0 locks him up at the knees for strike 1. The 1-1 from Core swung on and missed for strike 2 as he goes after one down in the dirt. Good break that time on the pitch from Cross, and now he's just 1 strike away from getting out of a 1-2-3 inning himself. Looking to match Bermuda as the 1-2 stays too far outside for ball 2. Cross likes to work quickly. And that can potentially throw off hitters' timing. Trying to throw off this Ouachita lineup here, the 2-2. That one stays too far outside for ball 3. Core thought about going after that one, but a good take that time from the true freshman. And the count has run full here, 3-2. The payoff pitch, that one ripped down to short. Here's the throw across the diamond. It's in time, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Austin Cross. So both teams have been held off the scoreboard through 3 innings. We're heading to the top of the 4th. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
And we welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Battle of the Ravine action here at Rab Rogers Field this afternoon as the Tigers host Henderson State. Just heard an announcement over the loudspeaker a few moments ago talking about the upcoming GAC tournament. This series not officially counting towards the conference standings, but these two teams will square off for a 3-game set to finish off the regular season in a couple weekends. We hope to give you a closer look at the conference standings here in just a bit, but it looks like we're already ready to resume action as Dylan Thomas is back up at the plate for Henderson State. Here's the first pitch from Bermudez. That one swung on and missed for strike one. Thomas took a good hack at that one, but was out in front. Here's the 0-1, and that one is ripped to left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Second of the afternoon for HSU. And the Reddies have something cooking here in the top of the fourth. Runner on, nobody out. And the 3-hole hitter due up, that's Grayson Stevens. There you get a look at the GAC standings. Both of these teams currently in the top 4. Henderson State set to host Southeastern Oklahoma State, who currently sits in third this weekend at Clydeberry Field, Ouachita, hosting the 12th place East Central Tigers. First pitch here is taken outside for ball 1. After those series this coming weekend, next weekend, these two teams will meet at Clydeberry Field for their official GAC series. And it's still anyone's race for that second place spot. 1-0, swung on and missed for strike one. Henderson, one of 3 teams to make the NCAA tournament. They received the automatic bid from the Great American Conference tournament last year. As we're going to have the 1-1 here. This one is swung on and missed as well for strike 2. The Reddies will look to defend their GAC tournament title here in a few weeks at Majestic Park in Hot Springs. First year that the tournament has been held at that beautiful location in the Spa City. The 1-2. This one is chopped down first baseline and foul. Ouachita looking to reach the GAC tournament for the first time since 2017 if they can hold on to one of those top 8 spots in the conference standings. What a year it's been for this Ouachita squad that in the preseason polls was ranked as one of the first 3 teams out. This one is hit down to first base. Diving stop by Jackson Cheney. Only plays at first. How about the heads-up play there by the sophomore? Laying out to make the play, 3 unassisted, and there's 1 away in the inning for David Vilches. Vilches with an RBI opportunity here for the Reddies. Neither team has had many chances to drive in runs up to this point, so this could be a crucial at-bat in this ballgame. First pitch is swung on and missed as Bermudez blows the fastball right by him that time. It's 0-1 now. Good crowd filling out the stands here now at Rab Rogers Field on both sides. And this one's going to be hit up towards second base. Schrader's there to make the play, and that's a very important out number 2 here in the top of the 4th. So with 2 away in the inning, Alec Lewis steps up to the plate. Bermudez trying to get out of this inning unscathed. He's thrown three and two-thirds of scoreless work, and now we're going to have a mound visit here prior to this next at-bat. There is a lefty getting loose for Ouachita out there. Though I don't know if Coach Howard's going to make the move right here, as Ouachita is just one out away from getting out of this inning. Bermudez has been excellent thus far this afternoon. He's allowed just 2 hits through 3 2/3 innings of work. No earned runs up to this point, and now home plate umpire heading out towards the mound. Lewis, the batter at the plate for Henderson State. 15 RBIs on the year thus far. Looking to drive in an important one here. If he could get Thomas home here, it'd be the first run of the ball game for either squad. Here's the first pitch. That one swung on and missed for strike 1. Bermudez has done a great job of throwing off the hitter's timing. We're going to keep that up here against a very good hitter for Henderson State. Lewis representing the true middle of the order. Here's the 0-1. That one is chopped towards the backstop. And now the junior right-hander out of Chandler, Arizona, just one good pitch away from getting out of this inning. Henderson looking to keep the inning alive. Ouachita looking to keep this game scoreless. Bermudez gets set here. The 0-2. In the dirt. Good block there by Burris. It's now 1-2. Bryson Haskins, the center fielder for the Reddies, would be next if Lewis can keep the inning alive right here. Bermudez sets. The 1-2, just chopped foul. Lewis didn't get much of that one, but was able to get just enough of it to keep the at-bat alive. Thomas still out there at second base, representing the go-ahead run for Henderson State. Bermudez looking to strand him. The 1-2, taken high for a ball. Tried to entice him with the high heater that time, but he wouldn't bite. Right-hander sets. The 2-2. Locks him up on the inside corner for strike 3. And Lewis will be forced to make the long walk back to the dugout. 4th punch out of the ball game for Dustin Bermudez. And that does it for the top of the 4th. Reddies strand a runner in scoring position. Ouachita with a chance to try and scratch across their first run of the ball game. When we come back, you're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
We welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Austin Cross back out there on the mound for Henderson State as you get a look at the GAC standings. Both of these teams currently in the top 4. Both looking to bolster their spots, and for Ouachita, perhaps trying to looking to move up. They do have a 3-game set against East Central, and then the 3-game set at Clydeberry next weekend against the Reddies to try and move up. As Cheney's going to lay down the bunt here. Tough play for Cross, but the throw is in time for out number 1. So that's going to bring up Dustin Bermudez. Ouachita, no designated hitter today. As Bermudez starting out on the mound. He's been excellent thus far. 4 innings of shutout work, including 4 punch-outs. First pitch here is chop foul. Here's the next pitch from Cross. That one swung on in, missed for strike 2. Got Bermudez to go after one in the dirt that time. Bermudez likely going to stay in this spot as he's also been assigned the role as a designated hitter once his time on the mound expires, and this one is hit into the backstop. Just 3 hits in the ball game combined between these two squads thus far. There's the 0-2 here. Going to be chopped up the middle. It's going to be a tough play at second. Throw over is in time for out number 2. So Cross perhaps looking for another 1-2-3 inning here. Standing in the way of that, though, is Judd Arrington. Arrington leads the team in batting average. He also paces the team in on-base percentage, one of the best on-base percentages in team history. He's going to take strike 1 here. A few weeks ago, Arrington was just 2 points off of entering the top 5 all-time on-base performances by a Ouachita player. He's going to take strike 2 here. The Tiger shortstop has seen a bit of a dip in that category over the past couple of weeks, but not by much. He's still right in that historical hunt. As now the 0-2. Taken low for ball 1. The 1-2 to Arrington. Runs too far inside that time. It's now 2-2. Arrington loves to battle at the plate. He's currently tied for second on the team in walks, as this one is fouled back out of play. He's actually moved down into third following the walk from G. Allen earlier in the contest. Cade Burris paces the team in walks with 32, and he waits on deck right now for Ouachita. Here's the 2-2 from Cross. That one's in the dirt for ball 3. Arrington showing why he's been such a headache for pitchers this year. payoff pitch. That one is ripped past the diving shortstop, and that's into left field for the Tigers' second base hit of the ball game. So OBU looking for a bit of two-out magic here as Arrington's on first, and Cade Burris is stepping up to the plate for the Tigers. The bat is handed off from one junior to another. Burris will be tasked with keeping the inning alive right here. Takes a fastball inside for ball one. Not bad placement that time from Cross, who's been excellent up to this point. That was his first base runner allowed in this contest. This one's taken high for a ball. Count leverage to Burris. The 2-0 is ripped to third base, but a great play at the hot corner. Throws in time, and that does it for the fourth inning of play. So no runs on one hit and no errors. We're heading to the fifth inning of play. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
At the time, I just wasn't thinking. I used social media to vent. I wish I would have thought about the effects of scaring people. I didn't mean for that to happen. People took it as a terrorist threat. The university got shut down. I got arrested by the FBI. And now, I don't know what my future looks like. I search my name on the web almost every day and look at the stuff. It's not going away. Think before you post.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And we welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Dustin Bermudez's day on the mound is over, and set to relieve him, the left-hander Carter Wade. Wade playing in his final season with the Tigers. He has 13 innings of work under his belt thus far, striking out 14 in that time. ERA just north of 5.5. He comes into this one in a scoreless ball game, as we've seen excellent pitching performances on both sides. Line scores identical right now. No runs on 2 hits and 1 error for both squads. Good day for baseball here at Rab Rogers Field. Not a cloud in the sky. And looking at the current temperatures, a beautiful 66 degrees here in Arkadelphia. Henderson making the quick trip across US 67 for this middle of the week Battle of the Ravine matchup. And set to lead off the inning for the Rays, it'll be Bryson Haskins. Haskins, Butler, and Carroll, those are the 3 due up for Henderson State. And it looks like Wade has made his preparations and he's ready to go. First pitch is hit fairly well out towards the gap. That one's carrying a bit, and the play is made by Talon Heine out there near the warning track. 1 pitch and 1 out for Carter Wade. And that's going to bring up Nick Butler. Butler 0 for 1 on the day. So there you get a look at Talon Heine, showing great range that time out there in center field, as Haskins sent that one to the deepest part of the yard. First pitch here is taken on the outside corner for strike one. It's been a solid senior season for Butler. 274 batting average, 2 home runs and 22 RBIs coming into this plate appearance. He's going to take this one on the inside corner for strike two. Looked like Butler was bracing for impact that time, and it kept bearing in, and it ended up getting back over the zone. Here's the 0-2. That one runs too high for ball one. Wade trying to entice Butler with the high fastball that time. But the right fielder for the Reddies not going to bite there. 1-2. That one is fouled back out of play. Wade looking for his first punch out of this outing, 15th of the year. The 1-2 stays a bit too far outside, so the count runs even 2-2 now to Butler. Jacob Carroll waiting on deck for HSU. Here's the next pitch. That one runs too far outside for ball three, and that one almost got past Burris. Payoff pitch. That one's fouled into the backstop, and this good battle will continue. Butler does have 30 walks on the year, even with his strikeout total, 30 and 30. His walk total is the best on the team. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed for strike three. Went after one in the dirt. Burris applies the tag, and there are two away in the inning now for Jacob Carroll. Carroll starting the game behind the plate in this one for the Reddies. Trying to get something going here after the first 2 men have been set down to start out the top of the fifth. He rips this one foul over towards his own dugout, and looks like we do have, or as Pate Fullerton was going to check on his teammates. Looks like everybody's all right down there. A little bit of a scary play though, as that one jumped off the bat. The 0-1. That one skips to home plate, and that one will roll over towards the home dugout. Coach Howard will get that one. The 1-1. That one low as well. So it's count leverage here to the 9-hole hitter, or excuse me, the 8-hole hitter for Carroll, as Fullerton, the 9-hole hitter, waits on deck. This one's taken low as well for ball three. Carroll struck out in his first plate appearance. He's been more patient here, and it's benefited him as he now finds himself in count leverage. The 3-1 runs too high for ball four. So Wade will surrender his first base runner of the game via the walk, and that will bring up Pate Fullerton. Fullerton comes into this plate appearance. Doesn't necessarily have the shiniest batting average on the team, as he's just above the Mendoza line at 212, but he's got quite a bit of pop in his bat. He's homered a couple times this year. He's going to take strike one right here. Here's the 0-1. That one catches the inside corner for strike two. So it's now 0-2 to number 2 for HSU. Wade looking for another punch out here. The 0-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So we have reached the midway point of this ball game. We're still scoreless. Following the scoreless 2-strikeout inning from Carter Wade. Tigers are back at the plate. When we come back, you're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Getting directions to Ouachita Baptist University.
And we welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Getting a good look there at the crowd for this Tuesday afternoon matchup. It's Battle of the Ravine between the Henderson State Reddies and the Ouachita Tigers. This one not officially counting for the GAC standings, but bragging rights on the line between these cross-street rivals. Henderson already leads the season series 1-0. Got a good one on tap here as C.W. Schrader is up at the plate for Ouachita, trying to get something going here. Neither squad has been able to break into the run column yet. But Schrader trying to get things started here as this one drifts out towards right field, but Butler's right there to make the play for out number 1. So that's going to bring up Noah Bachman, representing the bottom of the order for Ouachita. Cross has been excellent in relief thus far, as the first pitch is taken outside for ball 1. He's set down 10 of the first 12 men that he's faced out of the pen, and one of those reached via an error. As this one is drilled down the left field line, that one's trouble. But it is going to hook foul. Bachman squared that one up fairly well. Likely would have stayed in the yard, but definitely would have been extra bases for the Tigers left fielder. We haven't seen many powerful swings in this game quite like that one, as the pitching has been excellent. The 1-1 pulled back for ball 2 that time. Talon Heine waits on deck as the lineup card will turn over following this at-bat. The 2-1 catches, looked like it might have caught the inside corner that time, but umpire rules it inside for ball 3. Either way, not bad location that time from Cross, and it's now 3-1 to the Tigers left fielder. The next pitch stays outside for ball 4. Cross surrenders his first walk of the ball game, and with one away, Talon Heine steps to the plate with one on. Heine 1 for 2 on the day. Got the Tigers started with a base hit in his first plate appearance. He then flew out in his last plate appearance. His first pitch here runs high for ball 1. Carroll careful that time, keeping an eye on Bachman. Bachman, 3 for 4 on stolen base attempts this year. as the 1-0. That's a little blooper out to second. Only play is right there for the putout. And there are 2 away in the inning for G. Allen. Allen 0 for 1 on the afternoon with a walk. And trying to keep the inning alive for his squad right here. Base runners have been few and far between in this game. And Allen with a chance to drive in the first run of the ball game right here. He's going to chop this one down the line, takes a nasty hop, and he's going to beat it out. And Cross laughing it off that time as that one took a nasty hop on the left side. That's going to be ruled an infield single for Allen. And now it's an RBI opportunity for Ouachita. Wyatt Core, the man at the plate. Coach Howard having a brief meeting with his right fielder as he gets ready to step up to the plate. Core has been excellent for the Tigers in his first full season with the team. .324 batting average coming into this plate appearance. 7 home runs. Not to mention 40 RBIs, those last 2. Are second best on the team. Core trailing by just 1 RBI behind G. Allen right now, who stands on first base. But he's got a chance to take the lead. If he can drive one into the outfield, it would be an important run in this ball game where runs have been in an absolute premium. First pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1. Had him fooled on the pitch outside that time. That was pitch number 50 of this relief outing for Austin Cross. Number 51 upcoming right here. Next pitch is in the dirt. Good block by Carroll behind home plate. Cross regroups. The 1-1 runs far too far inside, and they're going to say that one got him. It was a fastball that time that just kept cutting in and runs so far, in fact, that it gets a piece of Core. He'll take his base, and now there are ducks on the pond for Jackson Cheney. Good spot here for the sophomore first baseman. 2 away, bases loaded, and he's going to take ball 1 right here. Tough inning on the mound for Cross, but he's still got a chance to get out of it unscathed. The 1-0 taken outside for ball 2. The Henderson State faithful did like the placement on that one, voicing their approval after that last pitch, and now we're going to have time called here by Cheney. Count leverage for Ouachita's first baseman, trying to drive across the first run of this ball game. 2-0. And that one's out of the zone for ball 3. Cross shaking his head here as he's trying to find the strike zone here against Cheney. Dangerous hitter for OBU. The 3-0. That one runs high and outside for ball 4. So Cheney picks up an RBI courtesy of the walk. That's the first run of the ball game. It's 1-0 Tigers. So Dustin Bermudez, who has officially taken over the designated hitter role, steps up to the plate here. Base is still loaded. We're having a brief mound visit here. As Argon Bright went out to have a word with Cross. And now we're seeing the skipper walk out to the mound. No indication yet. This is the first official mound visit of the inning for Henderson State. So they don't have to go to the bullpen quite yet. But there is a right-hander getting loose out there. Again, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, this contest will not count towards the GAC standings, but still an important one in the season series, as Henderson currently leads 1-0 in that series. These teams will meet 5 times by the end of the year. Ouachita looking to even things up, heading into the 3-game set at Clydeberry Field in a couple of weekends. It looks like Cross is ready to get things going again. Here's the first pitch. That one runs low for ball 1. Cross, who is phenomenal heading into this inning, has struggled with command here in the 5th. He's walked 2 batters. He's hit 1. Bermudez is going to take strike 1 here. Cross also allowed an infield single in this inning. That one belonging to G. Allen, who currently stands on 3rd. Bermudez takes this one at the knees for strike 2. So despite his struggles with command, Cross still placing it well here with the bases loaded. Now just one good pitch away from getting out of the inning. The 1-2 runs too low for ball 2. Next pitch, and that one's hit fairly well out towards the gap. Center fielder going back. He's at the warning track, and he makes the play for out number 3. So the Tigers do scratch across their first run of the ball game, but they leave the bases loaded here in the 5th inning. We're heading to the 6th. The Tigers lead it 1-0. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. And we welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Ouachita bringing across its first run of the ball game. Jackson Chaney officially credited with the RBI as he drove one in on a bases-loaded walk. Only run of the ball game for either squad here, as we've only had 5 combined hits. Ouachita now owning the only run of the ball game. but Henderson looking to change that here as Caden Argenbright is set to lead us off. It's been a 1-for-2 day for the ready second baseman. Here's the first pitch from Wade. It's taken outside for ball 1. Wade was good in his first inning of relief work. He did walk 1, but he also struck out 2. The 1-0. That one's chopped foul. Back towards the on-deck circle for Henderson State. Top of the order due up here for HSU. It's Argenbright, Thomas, and then Stevens is in the hole. This one's taken for ball 2. Wade down in the count. Looking to make a good pitch here to the Rays leadoff hitter. That one locked him up a bit, but stays too low for ball 3. Not a bad pitch there from the Tigers senior. The 3-1. That one's fouled in the backstop. Ouachita today going with their new look for the 2022 season. Got the white vests today, paying homage to the classic Block O logo that has been with the program since its very early years. Also wearing the brand new camo caps, Henderson in gray today. 3-1. This one chopped up the line foul. Here's the payoff pitch. That one stayed a bit too far inside and is going to be ruled ball 4. So Argenbright starting off the inning right for Henderson State with a leadoff walk. That's the second one surrendered by Carter Wade in 2 innings of work. And that's going to bring up Dylan Thomas. Thomas 1 for 2 on the day. Currently touting an absurd .444 batting average. And this one skips past Burris. He lost it. And that's going to allow Argenbright to move up into scoring position. There is a left-hander getting loose right now for Ouachita in the bullpen. Looks like that's Cameron Marchant. Here's the 1-0, and that one is chopped up to third base. Allen looks the runner back, throw crosses in time. And there's one away in the inning now for Grayson Stevens. Still a productive at bat there from Thomas, as the pass ball did allow Argenbright to move up into scoring position, and that gives the heart of the order a chance here to drive him in with one away. Here's the first pitch. That one misses for ball 1. Wade keeping a close eye on Argenbright out there at second. This one's in the dirt, but a good block there from Burris. And now Wade in a dangerous spot against Stevens, who's been a reliable bat for Henderson State all year long. And now Coach Howard's going out to have a word. This is Ouachita's mound visit for the inning, so should Coach Howard have to step back out of the dugout again this inning, there will be a pitching change. But right now, Coach Howard wanting to stay with his senior left-hander. He's currently squaring off against a batter for Henderson State with batting average right at 375 through over 158 at-bats. He's now up to 160 on the year. He's homered 8 times in that span, and he's driven in 40 runs. A chance to drive in number 41 right here if he can get one deep enough into the outfield. Going to have a shift here. The 2-0 is in the dirt for ball 3. Wade getting some encouragement from his teammates in the home dugout. He trails in this at-bat 3-0 to the first baseman for Henderson State. Next pitch. That one misses for ball 4. And that is going to be the day for Carter Wade, as Coach Howard's already made the indication down to the bullpen. And that is going to be the day for Carter Wade. So he was okay through an inning and a third of work. Did walk 3 batters, and he's responsible for the 2 runners left on base right now. So still a chance for the no decision, but also a chance for the loss should that second run come across to score. We already have the new pitcher for Ouachita. It's Cameron Marchant, so we'll stay right here. Marchant, and even 40 innings of work on the year. He's been a reliable arm with an ERA under 5. 33 strikeouts on the season. Marchant does like to pitch to contact, which can be beneficial in situations such as this, where the double play is in order. Also got to be careful not to allow one that can drive in a run. Season quickly winding down here at Rab Rogers Field, with the Tigers set to host their final home series of the year against East Central this weekend. It'll be a battle of the Tigers, where Ouachita will look to try and move up a bit in the GAC standings. It's also senior weekend for the baseball team before they go out to Clydeberry next weekend to finish off GAC play. But what a magical season it's been for the Ouachita Tigers. A team that was projected to finish 10th in the preseason polls. Currently sitting in 4th place, just a game out of 3rd and 2 games out of 2nd. It's been a great year for this program, as OBU is in the hunt for its first GAC tournament appearance since 2017. Today you're getting a preview of a series that could go a long way in deciding the final seeding for the GAC tournament in a couple weekends, or excuse me, 2 weekends from this Saturday. That one taking place in Hot Springs. The tournament will actually begin on May 7th, and then will run through May 10th. So David Vilches, the hitter now for Henderson. He's 0 for 2 on the day, but a chance here to change the game with one swing of the bat, and we know he's capable of that. 14 home runs, 38 runs driven in on the year. Checks the runner over at second, and it's through. And that's going to allow both runners to move up 90 feet in what will prove a costly mistake here for Ouachita. Second error of the ball game for OBU. And now Vilches with the chance to drive in two if he can get it deep enough into the outfield. Here is the first official pitch of the at-bat. It's taken outside for ball one. Already another lefty getting loose out there for OBU. Here's the 1-0 from Marchand. That one is popped straight up. And this one's drifting a bit over towards the right side. Great play, though, from Cheney coming all the way up the line. And a very important out number two there for the Tigers. So the cleanup batter for HSU retreating to the dugout following the pop out. And now it's up to Alec Lewis. Ouachita not out of danger quite yet. But they put themselves in a much better spot here with two away in the inning. Marchand looking to keep the Reddies off the scoreboard. First pitch. That one is foul tipped. Lewis 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. But a chance to drive in a run right here, perhaps even two. The 0-1 is in the dirt. Good block there by Burris to prevent the runners from advancing, and now it's 1-1. Lewis, the designated hitter for Henderson State today. Trying to come through for his squad right here. Marchand trying to get out of the inning unscathed. The 1-1. That one is ripped to second base. It's a diving stop. Here's the throw over, and it's high. That one's going to get past, and it's going to allow a second run to score. It's another error here in the the top of the sixth. And now we've got a brand new ball game here as Henderson is now in the driver's seat. It's 2-1 Reddies. There's a good block there at second base by Schrader. But the throw over was high, and that allowed the runner to advance. And now this one's past Burris. And Lewis is going to move up 90 feet into scoring position on the wild pitch. Important at-bat here. Haskins 0 for 2 on the day, but a chance for an RBI opportunity. The 1-0. That one is ripped past a diving G. Allen. That's going to get past, and that's going to score a run. Haskins taking two, Haskins. And it's going to be an RBI double here for the senior. An important extra base hit there for the Reddies here in the middle innings. It's now 3-1 Henderson State. So all of a sudden, after trailing by a run a few moments ago, the Reddies now lead this game by 2. Just the third hit of the ball game for HSU there off the bat of Haskins. And Now Nick Butler at the plate, 0 for 2 on the day, and he's up in the count here, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Lays down the bunt. Trying to make the play. Throw over is not in time. And now he's going to try to take second as there's nobody covering second, and he's going to get in there safely. So heads up base running there from the Reddy senior as he takes an extra base right there. 4th base hit of the game. And now we're going to have a mound visit as all of the infielders coming in to have a word with Marchant. It's one of those rare base running plays that you don't see in baseball too often, but Butler providing a memorable moment right there. So now Jacob Carroll is at the plate. Good inning for Henderson. 3 runs. Now on 2 hits. As this one's in the dirt for a ball. All told, a lot of 2s. 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, and currently 2 runners on base. Both in scoring position here for Carroll, the 1-0. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Marchant sets. Here's a 1-1. That one's in the dirt, ball 2, but good block there from Burris as there's a little bit of confusion there. And now we're going to have the infield umpires come in and check on the home plate umpires. It looked like there's some dust kicked up there, and it's hard to tell quite what happened behind the plate, but it looks like home plate umpire is going to be okay. The 2-1, and that one's fouled out of play. So now Marchant just 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Though he has allowed 1 run in this inning. That belongs to himself. It is unearned. 2-2. And that one's hit fairly well. Out towards shallow center field. Going to be a tough play, and there's a collision. Heine vaults over the top of Judd Arrington, who was also running in on the play. How about the heads-up play there by the junior, though, able to hang on to it and avoid an even worse collision there as he makes the acrobatic play over the top, and that does it for the top of the 6th. Just taking a final look at that inning. 3 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, and 2 left on for the Reddies. Ouachita will look to rally when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to like experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
We welcome you back now to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Henderson State in the driver's seat in this Battle of the Ravine matchup after scoring 3 runs in the top half of this inning. And already underway here as Judd Arrington fouls this one off. Austin Cross is back out there on the mound for Henderson State. Overall, he's been good thus far. Came into this game starting with the second inning of play. Got a bit roughed up in that last frame, but minimal damage done as only 1 run crossed the plate. The 0-1 runs high for ball 1. The 1-1 from Cross. Good fastball that time that catches the inside corner for strike 2. Trying to set down Arrington here, who is 1 for 2 on the game with a base hit, as this one is fouled into the backstop. That hit one of only 3 thus far for the Tigers as they look to rally here in the middle innings. Already nearing the final third of this ball game on this Tuesday afternoon. Here's the next pitch. The 1-2 is hit down third baseline, but foul. Ouachita getting set to host East Central this weekend, and they will also have one more middle week game next week on April 26th against Harding, as the 1-2 is fouled back out of play. That matchup against the Bison will not officially count towards the GAC standings, but Ouachita did get the official series sweep on the road against Harding earlier this year. That will be their final game of the year here at Rav Rogers Field. This one taken outside for ball 2. Good heater that time from Cross, but Arrington continued to put up a good fight. The next pitch, and that one's hit fairly well down the line. That one's carrying, and it's going to get out of play. The junior shortstop right now showing why he's one of the toughest outs in the GAC, as the 2-2 stays too far outside for ball 3. Carroll had to slide over a bit to get to that one. It ended up being closer than he originally thought, as this one runs too far inside and low for ball 4. So Arrington working his first walk of the afternoon, and the Tigers starting off the 6th inning right. They've got a runner on for Cade Burris. Here's the first pitch. That one skips past the catcher, Carroll. And Arrington's going to get down to second base on the wild pitch. That's the first wild pitch of the ball game for Cross. As the next pitch stays too far outside for ball 2. Dangerous spot here against the Tiger catcher, who has homered 6 times this year. His last one at Rab Rogers Field was a walk-off in the run rule against UAM last Friday. As this one's taken for strike 1. It was actually a couple Fridays ago when that walk-off occurred. But another highlight at Rab Rogers Field this season for Ouachita. Still count leverage here for Burris. 2-1 from Cross. That one's squared up fairly well, but also hit well out of play, foul. Right-hander getting loose out there in the bullpen for the Reddies. Keeping an eye on the runner, the 2-2. Runs too far high and outside for ball 3. Cross looking to avoid losing another hitter here to the walk. He's already walked 3 in this contest. Trying to avoid number 4 right here. Next pitch. That one's fouled out of play. That one jumped off the bat and over the press box here. So the battle will continue now between Cross and Burris. Burris looking to keep the line moving as C.W. Schrader waits on deck. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Burris frustrated with that one, as that is the first punch out of the ball game for Austin Cross, and looks like that might be it. No official indication down yet. As we mentioned a moment ago, that was just the first punch out of the ball game for Cross. He's been very effective. Key for him has been trying to elicit weak contact. He's also gotten some help from a phenomenal defense here this afternoon. Only 1 error on the line score thus far for Henderson, and that's going to be the day for Cross. So a solid outing there for the reliever. 4 1/3 innings of work, allowed 1 run on 2 hits, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. That's how he's going to finish off his day. New pitcher coming up for Henderson State. We'll introduce you to him when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Hello, I'm Taylor King. I've been practicing law for over 34 years, but long before that, I learned what it takes to be a good lawyer, caring for others. You could say it's a family trait, and it's one I've passed along to my kids. If you've been involved in an accident, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK. I want to help.
We want to help, to be on your side, by your side. I'm Austin King. Now, I've not been practicing law quite as long as my dad, but thanks to him, I know what it takes to be a good lawyer. I guess you could say it runs in the family.
New pitcher on the mound for Henderson State, and we're still waiting to get an official name as he's not in the official roster that's listed here for Henderson State. There's no 24 on there. We'll hope to get you updated on that in just a moment. It's identified as Joshua Salisbury out there. Salisbury coming in to relieve Austin Cross, who was phenomenal in relief work this afternoon. After Ethan Perry just went 1 inning. Cross going all the way into the 6th inning here and finishing off his day on a high note with a strikeout, his first of the ball game. But Henderson going ahead and making the move to the bullpen as they try to hold on to the lead that they got in the top half of this frame. Pushed across 3 runs, their first of the afternoon. Ouachita did score 1 in their last trip to the plate. And trying to add on to that here to make things interesting going into the later innings. Salisbury going through his final warm-ups here as Schrader returns to the plate. Looks like we are ready to resume action here in the bottom of the 6th. Schrader 0 for 2 on the day. He's got 13 runs driven in on the year and a chance to drive in another right here. First pitch is ripped towards the gap, and that's going to get down for extra bases. Runners waved around, and he's going to be in there safely. And C.W. Schrader is in there with a stand-up, 1-out double. Drives in a run, and this is now a 1-run ball game. So Noah Bogman steps up to the plate here as the Reddies' lead has been cut in half. It's now 3-2 Henderson. And Bogman, with one swing of the bat, can even things right back up. This one's taken for strike 1. And what a moment that was for Schrader, who struggled with injury early in the season. Battled back and has played well in his last several starts for the Tigers, picking up a crucial RBI in this rivalry matchup as the 0-1 is in the dirt, but a good block there by Carroll. The count runs even to the Tiger left fielder. Talon Heine and the rest of the top of the order due up for Ouachita following this at-bat. Here's the 1-1. That one runs too far high and in. And now it's count leverage to Bachman, 2-1 to the junior. The 2-1. And that one gets past, and Schrader has to retreat back as he almost got caught up in no man's land that time. It was tough from his vantage point to see where the ball was. Here's a 3-1. That one's low for ball 4. And we're seeing another indication down towards the bullpen as looks like Henderson State may be looking for another change pretty soon. Until then, Talon Heine steps up to the plate with a chance to try and even things up here. 2 runners on, 1 out. And this one is in the dirt, but over towards the left side. Schrader not wanting to test it that time. Crowd kind of quieted down here at Rab Rogers Field, as everyone at the park knows that this at-bat can go a long way in deciding this thing. A lot of momentum riding on this as this one's ripped foul. Heine squared that one up well. So the junior left fielder regrouping here following foul ball. The 1-1. That one is in the dirt. Heine thought about going after that one, but he holds up in time for ball 2. So now it's count leverage to the Tiger outfielder. The dangerous G. Allen looms on deck for OVU. The 2-1. That one runs high for ball 3. So command, perhaps a bit of a concern here for Salisbury, as he trails in yet another at-bat here. The 3-1. That one just catches the inside corner for strike 2. It was a good fastball that time from the right-hander. Payoff pitch upcoming here. The 3-2. That one is hit down to second. This could be a tailor-made double play ball, but how about the hustle there from Heine? Legging it out in what could have been a double play ball. Argenbrandt had a bit of trouble with that one at second as it took a nasty hop right in front of him. And that's going to bring up G. Allen. So we'll see if this is going to be the day for Salisbury. Henderson State skipper trying to reassure him here. The Reddies likely wanting to conserve their bullpen heading into this weekend's crucial series against Southeastern Oklahoma State. That's a top 3 battle in the GAC. And there's the indication down to the bullpen, and that's going to be the day for Henderson's reliever. So he departs from the game after recording 1 out, but it's going to be up to another arm from the bullpen to finish off the job here in the 6th inning. We'll introduce you to the new reliever when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
New pitcher on the mound for Henderson State. It's going to be the sophomore left-hander. That's Henry Coppins out there on the mound. He's going to try and keep the game right where it is. 2 away in the inning for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 6th. But runners at the corners in a 1-run ball game. C.W. Schrader provided the first big blow of the inning with the RBI double into the gap. He currently stands on third, representing the tying run in this ball game, and Ouachita with a chance to try and tie this game right back up and perhaps even take the lead as G. Allen steps up to the plate. It's going to be a lefty-on-lefty matchup as Allen will look for one that he can drive. The Tiger third baseman, the team's home run and RBI leader, and he's going to take this one outside for ball 1. Allen 1 for 2 thus far with an infield single and a walk. And the 1-0 here runs high and outside for ball 2. So not the spot that Coppins wants to be in against Allen, who will be looking for one that he can drive right here. The sophomore regroups. The 2-0. That one, good fastball that time for strike 1. Coppins having a good campaign for the Reddies out of the bullpen. 11 2/3 innings of work under his belt. He struck out 13. He's retained an ERA below 4. The 2-1, that one stays outside for ball 3. Wyatt Core waits on deck. If Allen can keep the line moving right here. A 3-1. That one catches the outside corner for strike 2. So a huge payoff pitch coming up here in just a moment. Henderson trying to keep the game right where it is. Ouachita trying to even things up. The 3-2 from Coppins, runner on the move, and this one is drilled down the line but foul. And that one landed not very far away from US 67. That one had home run distance, but it hooked well foul. Allen will be looking to drive one again like that here. The 3-2. That one swung on and missed for strike 3. So Coppins gets the job done here against the Tigers' top power bat, stranding the tying run at third base. But Ouachita does cut the lead in half for the Reddies heading into the final third of this ball game. 3-2 your score. We'll be back with more Tiger baseball after this.
Baseball for me just kind of was the glue that kept my family together. I feel like I was able to come here and get my triple major, as well as play a super high level of baseball against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II with a lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living. During my road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
And we welcome you back here to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Live from Rab Rogers Field this afternoon, and what's been a good one. We're going to have a pinch hitter here for the Reddies as Cade Tucker, the junior, will be the pinch hitter here for Henderson State. He does split time between the mound and the infield. As the first pitch is ripped the other way, and that one is going to hook foul. The Henderson faithful standing up and following that one as it had pretty good carry to it and didn't miss the foul line by much that time. It's been a good one this afternoon, this Battle of the Ravine matchup. Ouachita cutting the lead in half in that last half frame. They did strand the tying run at third, though, as the 0-1 is swung on in, missed for strike two. Good comeback pitch that time from Marchant. There is a righty getting loose in the pen right now for Ouachita. That looks to be Hayden Childers. The 0-2. That one is ripped into right field for a base hit. Fifth hit of the game for Henderson State. And that's going to bring up the next hitter for Henderson State. As the lineup card turns over, it's Caden Argenbright. So Logan Cowart has taken over on first base. He'll be pinch running from here on out. Cowart does have a couple of stolen bases. As the first pitch is drilled to left field, but right to Noah Bachman. Good play off the bat that time by the junior, and it's allowed out number one. That'll bring up Dylan Thomas. Ouachita looking to keep the game right where it is, heading into the bottom half of the seventh. They trail by just one, and got him caught in a rundown. Throw down to second is passed, and now got a chance to go for third as Bachman has trouble with it out there. And again, Henderson State continuing to get it done with the unconventional base running as Ouachita picks up its fourth error of the game. That time Cowart had to hurdle the man covering second to get over to third. As the next pitch is hit right back up the middle, and that's going to get past a diving C.W. Schrader for a base hit. So after giving up a run in the bottom of the sixth, the Reddies get it right back here in the top of the seventh. It's now 4-2 HSU. Coach Howard going out to visit Marchant. The complexion of the inning totally changed by that throwing error a few moments ago, as it looked like Ouachita may have had out number two on the inning, but an errant throw allowed the runner to move up a couple of bases, in fact, over to third, and then right there driven in on the RBI single from Thomas, his second base hit of the ball game. And we're going to have a defensive substitution here, as that will be the day for Judd Arrington, at least in the field. Bermudez has occupied shortstop a bit this year. He's split time between the mound and those middle infield positions, and he's played well at each of them. Henderson back with a 2-run lead here, and Grayson Stevens at the plate, and he's going to hit this one foul down the line. And now check over at first, runners back in time. Looks like Caleb Donahoe is moving around a bit out there in the bullpen as well. Childers the only one currently throwing, as this one is drilled to left field. Bachman's going back. He's going to make the play for out number 2. So a good read that time by the left fielder. There's 2 away now for the cleanup batter for Henderson State. It's David Vilches. He's 0 for 3 on the day, but looking to change that right here with a runner on and 2 away in the inning. The Reddies have already scratched across a run here in the top of the 7th, as this one's taken high for a ball. The 1-0, that one inside for strike 1. Good pitch that time on the inside part of the plate. And the count is even to Vilches. The 1-1. That one runs too far in. And it's count leverage now to the cleanup batter. 2-1 the count. Ouachita trying to get out of the inning with minimal damage done. Check over at first, runners back in time. Alec Lewis would be next for Henderson if his squad can keep the rally alive right here. 2-1. That one chopped down to short. Quick toss over to second is in time, and that does it for the top of the 7th. It's stretch time here at Rab Rogers Field. Tigers trailing by 2. They'll look to rally when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
And we welcome you back now to this Battle of the Ravine edition of Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. New pitcher here for Henderson State, David Vilches, making the move in from left field to take over on the mound. It has been a staff effort this afternoon for the Reddies. As Vilches represents the 5th different arm that Henderson has used in this game. It's been effective thus far, though, as the Tigers have been limited to just 2 runs on 4 hits. It's been a bit of a struggle in the field for Ouachita as they've made 4 errors up to this point in the contest. But still right in this ball game as they look to rally against their cross-street rivals. Heart of the order due up for OBU. It'll be Wyatt Core, Jackson Cheney, and Dustin Bermudez due up. Wyatt Core stepping up to the plate for the Tigers. One of 3 Ouachita players this season to win GAC Player of the Week honors. He was the second after G. Allen did it earlier in the season. The most recent for Ouachita was a couple weeks ago. As this one runs high and in. Scary fastball that time from Vilches. Most recent GAC Player of the Week was actually on the mound for Ouachita. That was Bo Burson, and he earned the honor after throwing a complete game shutout in a 7-inning affair against UAM. The 1-0, that one hit down to short. Going to be a tough play as the throw across the diamonds in time for out number 1. So following the ground out, Jackson Cheney, the cleanup batter for Ouachita, set to take the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the afternoon, but he did drive in a run on a walk earlier in the contest, as this one catches the inside corner for strike 1. Good heater that time from Vilches. Vilches has 1 inning of work under his belt this season. He allowed just 1 hit, but make it 2 as Jackson Cheney drills this one right back up the middle. It's a 1-out single for the Tiger first baseman, and that's going to bring up Dustin Bermudez. So the tying run is at the plate here for OBU. Bermudez going to keep the line moving here for Ouachita as this one is on the inside corner for strike 1. Next pitch is outside for a ball. Vilches going off speed that time. Another right-hander getting loose for the Reddies. Also a righty getting loose for the Tigers. 1-1. That one's low for ball 2. And it looks like Isaac Nowell has stepped into the on-deck circle. Pinch hitting for Cameron Marchant. As the 2-1, that one runs high and inside, but stays in the zone for strike 2. So Bermudez will have to battle up here with 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch from Vilches. Hit out to second. This could be trouble. Throw over to first is in time. They turn 2. So a frustrating turn of events there for the Tigers. Exactly what the Reddies were hoping for. As they go 4-6-3 to end the inning. Ouachita down to its final 6 outs of the ball game. And Henderson back at the plate when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
And we welcome you back to this Battle of the Ravine edition of Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Hayden Childers set to take over on the mound for OBU here as we enter the 8th inning of play. Ouachita still within striking distance here as we enter the later innings. They trail by 2 in the second meeting of the year between the Reddies and the Tigers. Henderson took game 1 of the season series as a part of the Mike Dugan Invitational to start off the year. This is only the second time that these teams have met, first time since that first weekend of the series. And now these teams will face off again one last time in a couple weeks. That series will mark the end of the regular season for both squads. Henderson set to host Southeastern Oklahoma State in an important 3-game set with the Savage Storm, with second place on the line. Ouachita this weekend meeting up with the 12th place Tigers of East Central as they look to try and secure their spot in the GAC tournament for the first time since 2017. Here's the first pitch. That one skips past Burris to the backstop. Colton Patterson, the new batter for Henderson State. He's going to be pinch hitting here. Taking over the spot for Alex Lewis as he hits this one out to left field. And that's going to be out number 1. So that's going to bring up Bryson Haskins here. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a run driven in. That came courtesy of an RBI double in his last plate appearance, and he's looking to do more damage here. First pitch of the new at-bat is taken on the inside corner for strike 1. Ouachita looking to win its 25th game of the year if it can come back right here. Henderson State looking for its 30th victory of the season. And this one runs in and gets Haskins. So that's going to bring up Nick Butler. Butler 1 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. He had some heads-up base running when he legged out an infield single in his last plate appearance, and then there was nobody covering second. Caught the defense napping and took 2. He squared that one up fairly well, but foul. Check on the runner at first. He's back in time. Another check on the runner. Close call again for Haskins, but he's back in time. He's 0 for 1 on stolen base attempts this afternoon. He was gunned down by Burris earlier in the contest, but all told on the season, he's 18 for 21 on stolen base attempts. Not a bad mark by any stretch of the imagination, as this one's taken outside for a ball. Haskins paces the team in stolen bases as nobody else in this lineup has more than 5 stolen bases. Another check over, runners back in time. Only one other player in this starting lineup has a better efficiency rate stealing bases, and that's Caden Argan-Bright. He's a perfect 3 for 3 on the year. This one's high, and Burris was ready for a snap throw, but runner retreats back. So it's count leverage here to Butler. The senior looking to keep the line moving here for his team. The 2-1. That one is drilled towards the gap, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Haskins is going to go ahead and advance to second. As Butler takes a long turn around first, he'll retreat back. But now it's runners at the corners with one away as Jacob Carroll steps up to the plate. Double play ball is in order. Childers, first pitch, swung on and missed for strike one. Got him to fish it one at the dirt that time. The 0-1. Thought about trying to make the squeeze play there, but goes to the backstop, so now with 2 strikes, Carroll will likely be forced to swing away. The next pitch. Darts too low, and now it's 1-2 to the catcher for the Reddies. Logan Cowart waits on deck. The 1-2. That one is chopped up the line. Bit of a late jump there. But the run will score as it was heads up base running that time by Haskins. A bit of confusion as they thought it might have bounced foul, and now Coach Howard going out to have a word as seemed everybody had a delayed reaction. Haskins going ahead and hustling home. That's going to stand, and it's now 5-2 Reddies. Even Carroll was a bit slow out of the box that time as he thought it was foul ball. But he will be credited with the RBI, courtesy of the heads-up base running that time by Haskins. Here's the first pitch to Cowart. That one's taken for strike one. Ready shortstop making his first plate appearance after entering the game as a pinch runner. The 0-1, that one's chopped down the line, foul. Reddy's having a good time at the plate at the moment after being held off the scoreboard for the first 5 innings of play. They played at least 1 run in each of the last 3 innings, including this one that's still going on right here, but Childers 1 strike away from getting out of it. The 0-2, that one hit out to right field. Cora drops back and makes the play for out number 3. So the Reddies do strike for 1 run here in the top of the 8th. Tigers will look to rally when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Right here, baby.
The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
The bottom of the 8th inning about to get underway as the top of the 8th helped the Reddies scratch across 1 more run to add on to their lead. They hold their largest of the ball game now at 3. But Ouachita looking to rally here in the bottom of the 8th. As mentioned on the loudspeakers at the stadium here a few moments ago, it is senior weekend this weekend as the Tigers get set to host East Central for their final home series of GAC play. So we encourage you to come out and support the Tigers here at Rab Rogers Field. But if you cannot, you can always catch those games right here on OSDN.live. Haven't seen too many seniors this afternoon for Ouachita, as this is a fairly young squad. But Ouachita will be saying farewell to some great players who have made an impact in this program over the years. One senior that you did see earlier in the game was Carter Wade, the left-handed relief pitcher. Also being celebrated this weekend, Pierce Mitchum, Blake Tubbs, Bo Burson, who won GAC Player of the Week a couple weeks ago. Hunter Gotro also among that group, as well as Garrett Hermes. So stepping up to the plate now as a pinch hitter, it'll be Isaac Nowell looking to start a rally here in the bottom of the 8th as Andrew Howard is taken over on the mound for Henderson State. Here's the first pitch to Nowell. That one runs inside, but umpire says it stays in the zone for strike 1. Now a 282 hitter on the year. He's homered 3 times. And he's driven in 29 runs. This one's fouled. It was a late foul ruling that time. Nowell had a couple of home runs in Durant when the Tigers faced Southeastern this past weekend. The 0-2 from Howard. Good heater that time, but he couldn't get Nowell to bite it. Now it's 1-2. Howard again. This one is in the dirt for ball 2. Howard is about as efficient as it gets for relief pitchers in the GAC. 31 2/3 innings of work under his belt this season. And an ERA just a shade under 2. Two. That one swung on and missed for strike 3. Blew the low heater by him that time. And that's going to bring up Cade Burris. So Howard's ERA there dropping down to 197 as he picks up his 37th strikeout of the campaign. First here in this game. First pitch is taken low for ball 1. Burris is 0 for 3 on the game with a strikeout, though he has had a few good battles at the plate. The 1-0. That one is drilled to short. Great stop. But a bit of a struggle there as Coward unable to corral it, so it'll be an infield single there for Cade Burris, his first base hit of the ball game. So with one away and one on, C.W. Schrader stepping up to the plate. He's 1 for 3 and looking to follow up that RBI double that he had in his last plate appearance. Burris taking a lead off of first. First pitch. Good fastball that time. And it's strike 1. Tigers have plated 2 runs in this game, courtesy of an RBI walk by Jackson Chaney earlier in the ball game. That opened up our scoring this afternoon. And then Schrader's RBI double a couple innings ago, and he's got another one into the gap right here as Burris is going to hold up at second. Good relay in that time by Haskins. But the Tigers have something cooking here in the bottom of the 8th inning as Noah Bachman steps up to the plate. Bachman is 0 for 1 on the day, but he's walked a couple of times. He represents the bottom of the order for Ouachita as the lineup card will turn over after this. And Bachman's going to go ahead and call time. He's played in several different positions for the Tigers this year. He's been a reliable outfielder for Ouachita, and he's also helped relieve Burris with catching duties. First pitch here, he lays down the bunt, and that one bounces back up and hits him. Looked like it would have been a pretty good one had it stayed fair, but it does take that hop backwards, so Bachman will have to regroup here. 0-1 the count now. The hit column's identical between these two teams. Both have 7 apiece. But Henderson right now holding the 3-run advantage. Tying run at the plate for Ouachita. The 0-1 runs high, and the count runs even. Next pitch. That one catches the zone for strike 2. Good comeback pitch that time from Howard, showing why he's one of the best relievers that the conference has to offer. Howard sets. The 1-2. That one's drilled foul. It's actually, yes, it is just 1-2. As we've had our count updated. The 1-2. Peel down, and they'll say he went around. Calls made at home plate. And there are two away in the inning. So now it's down to Talon Heine to try and keep the inning alive for Ouachita. Second punch out of the afternoon for Howard. He's now allowed 2 base hits and struck out 2 in the first 4 men that he's faced. Trying to hold Ouachita off the board. First pitch. That one's popped out of play. Heine 1 for 4 on the afternoon. He reached safely on his first plate appearance with a solid base hit. But he's been held out of the hit column ever since. Reached on a fielder's choice in his last plate appearance. Here's the 0-1. Thought about laying down the bunt that time, but had to pull back as that one darted out of the zone for ball 1. Checking the runner, the 1-1. That one's in the dirt for ball 2. So count leverage now to the Tigers center fielder. G. Allen waits on deck. And you know he wants another shot here with runners on after his last plate appearance. He drilled one on a full count, but just hooked it foul, and then the following pitch was struck out. The 2-1. Good fastball that time, but it stays high. 3-1 now to Heine. The 3-1. Good fastball that time that locks up Heine for strike 2. So Carroll giving the signs here. Ouachita down to its final strike of the inning. Trying not to strand the runners here. And trying to keep the inning alive. Here's the payoff pitch. That one misses for ball 4. Not a bad fastball there, but it just stays out of the zone. Or a grand slam on top of it, I should say. And Ouachita just took the lead with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. So G. Allen comes through with another huge home run for the Tigers. And the game has just been turned on his head as it's now 6-5 Ouachita. That one runs in and gets core. That one is swung on and missed for strike one. This one catches. No, they'll say it stayed inside for a ball. Good placement that time from Howard, who has seen his ERA shoot up all the way north of 3 now. This one fouled into the backstop. Howard. The 1-2 runner in motion. Here's the throw down to second, and they got him. Great throw down that time by Carroll, but the damage has been done. G. Allen, a grand slam in the bottom of the 8th to help the Tigers take the lead heading into the final inning of play. 6-5 your score. We'll be back with the conclusion of this game after this. Hunter Gautreaux on the mound for Ouachita here, another senior on the bump for the Tigers. And he's looking to put away this Battle of the Ravine matchup for Ouachita to try and even up the season series with the Reddies. How about G. Allen? A grand slam with 2 away in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Ouachita is now on top 6-5. Henderson had led this ball game since the 6th inning. And now the Rays will be looking to rally here. In the top of the 9th, Gautreaux looking to finish off what's been a strong performance for Ouachita. Top of the order is due up, though, for the Reddies, as it's Argenbright, Dylan Thomas, and then Grayson Stevens. Gautreaux, 42 innings of work under his belt this year. He struck out 43. And the first pitch here is going to be taken for strike. No, it's going to be taken for ball 1. Not a bad fastball that time from the senior right-hander out of box sight. The 1-0. That one's there for strike 1. Gautreaux coming right back with the low heater that time, and he gets the call here. So the count runs even, 1-1. Argenbright 1 for 3 on the day with a walk, trying to help his team rally. He's going to take ball 2 here. The 2-1. That one misses low for ball 3. Three, 1. That one's on the outside corner for strike 2. So Argenbright going to have to battle up here with 2 strikes, full count. And Gautreau about to deliver the payoff pitch. 3-2 to HSU's leadoff man is in the dirt for ball 4. So Henderson has a base runner to start out the inning. Tying run at first. Thomas, the new hitter for Henderson, 2 for 4 on the day with a run batted in. And he's going to take ball 1 here as that one's in the dirt. The 1-0. And that one is drilled to left field. Bachman's going back. And that one bounces off the top of the wall and over. It's another Battle of the Ravine blast, this one belonging to Dylan Thomas. And just like that, Henderson State has taken the lead right back. Thomas drilled that one to left field. Ended up being a wall scraper, but still an impressive shot. And the Reddies are on top once more. It's 7-6. Still nobody out here in the top of the ninth as this one catches the outside corner for strike 1. Grayson Stevens, the man at the plate, 0 for 3 on the day with a walk. He's also fanned once, and he's going to take this one for strike 2. Not happy with the call there. Now going to have to battle up with 2 strikes. The 0-2 from Gautreau. Tried to lock him up that time. Not a bad pitch, but it stays outside for ball 1. The 1-2. That one stays too far outside for ball 2. There is an arm getting loose out in the Henderson State bullpen, though we can't see from which side, as this one is hit back up the middle past a diving Dustin Bermudez and into center field for a base hit. So David Vilches steps up to the plate for Henderson. First pitch, that one catches the outside corner for strike 1. Already 2 runs across for Henderson State here on 2 hits. The big blow being the 2-run home run from Dylan Thomas that gave the Reddies the lead right back after the grand slam from G. Allen. 0-1. That one is chopped down the line, foul. Looks like there is a lefty getting loose out there in the pen for Ouachita. The 0-2 to Vilches. That one locks him up for strike 3. That's the second time you've written a K next to his name in this one. He's 0 for 5 on the game. And that is going to bring up a pinch hitter and getting a bit of chirping from the Henderson State side. And as they were not happy with the call on that one. We do have a pinch hitter here for the Reddies as Luke Farrar steps up to the plate for HSU. Ouachita now just a double play ball away from getting out of this inning. What Farrar is looking to avoid as he takes the first pitch here low for ball 1. Farrar, it's been a solid season. .258 batting average heading into this plate appearance. And well, it looks like we just lost his live stats. Now we've got him back .258. 1 home run on the year, 13 RBIs. And he's going to go after this one on the hit and run. Throw down is in time. Cade Burris guns him down for an important out, number 2 here in the top of the 9th. And now Farrar, 1-1 count. Next pitch, that one's in the dirt for ball 2. The 2-1 count. That one catches the outside corner for strike 2. Gautreaux now just 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Next pitch. That one runs in and gets him. Tried to lock him up with the inside fastball that time, but it darted too far inside. So Farrar will take his base. And that brings up Bryson Haskins. Here's the first pitch. That one's taken on the inside corner for strike 1. So it's 0-1 now to the ready center fielder. This one's taken outside for a ball. Gautreaux, despite getting roughed up a bit here in the top of the 9th, has shown pretty good command of that lower part of the zone. It's been frustrating these Henderson hitters. But it's not going to frustrate Haskins here as this is hit very well out to left field, and Bachman tries to bring it back into the yard, but it's over the wall. Another home run here for Henderson State in the top of the 9th. It's now 9-6. It was another one that was struck pretty well out there to left field, but started to die out at the end, and it looked like Bachman might have had a play, but it sails over his glove. That's the 10th hit of the ball game for the Reddies. And that's going to bring up Nick Butler. Burris going out to talk with Gautreaux. It's been a rough inning for the senior right-hander. He's given up 4 earned here on 3 hits. He's walked one and struck out one. Next pitch, that one is drilled out to center field, and that one's going to get down. Butler has his third base hit of the ball game, and the rally continues here in the top of the ninth. Jacob Carroll, the 8-hole hitter for Henderson, now steps up to the plate. That one's taken for a ball. That one in the dirt, check swing. Umpire says he held up in time. So count leverage here to the Reddies catcher. He does have one RBI on the day. He's going to take ball 3. No, strike one right here. It's a fastball on the outside corner. Two one. Another good fastball, but that one's going to stay outside for ball 3. Logan Cowart would be next. And this one's foul tipped into the catcher's mitt for strike 2. So now Gautreaux just one strike away from getting out of the inning. Ouachita will have a chance to rally in the bottom of the ninth. They're going to need 3 to tie it and 4 to win it. If the score stays right where it is, runner in motion. This one's grounded to the right side. But the throw over to first is in time for out number 3. So it's 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on for the Reddies here in the top of the ninth. They lead it 9-6. Tigers look to try and come back and win it in the bottom half when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Bottom of the ninth, about to get underway here at Rab Rogers Field. 9-6 your score. Henderson State in the driver's seat after a roller coaster of a couple of innings. Henderson State had the lead going into the bottom of the 8th inning. But then Ouachita with 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. G. Allen with the grand slam over to right field. Tigers took the lead heading into the final half. And then with their backs against the wall, the Reddies rallying for 4 runs, including 2 home runs in the top of the ninth to give them a 9-6 lead heading into the bottom of the ninth here. But this game is far from over as the heart of the order is due up for Ouachita. Cheney Bermudez, and then Judd Arrington. Those are the batters due up for the Tigers here as they look to try and come back here. Bottom of the ninth. This one skips to home plate. Braden Beebe is the new pitcher on the mound for Henderson, and he's down the count here to Cheney 2-0 now. They hand the ball over to him, trying to finish off this contest as the 2-0 is in the dirt. 3-0 now to Cheney. Dangerous spot to be in against a batter who hit a couple of home runs this past weekend and ran against Southeastern Oklahoma State. 3-0. That one just catches the inside corner for strike one. Beebe has been a reliable arm out of the bullpen for Henderson State this season with an ERA south of 3. 26 1/3 innings of work under his belt, and he's worked his way back into the count here. It's now 3-2 to Cheney. Got to be careful against a powerful bat like this. We'll see if Beebe challenges him right here. 3-2. That one is drilled to left field. That's trouble. Left fielder going back. He's at the wall, and he makes the play running into the left field wall. It's a very loud out number one. So Dustin Bermudez steps up to the plate here. With one away in the bottom of the ninth, Tigers looking to rally. Almost got one back right there, but it hung up in the wind just long enough for Henderson State to make the play that time as this one runs high from ball one. That's Vilches back out there patrolling left field. He made a great play. But Bermudez now up in the count is 2-0 to number 2 for Ouachita. Blake Tubbs, a pinch hitter, waits on deck for OBU as this one catches the outside corner for strike one. Tubbs will be pinch hitting for Hunter Gotro as the 2-1. That one catches the outside corner for strike two. The 2-2. Good pitch that time from Beebe, but it stays too low for ball three. That one is out of the zone as well, so it's ball four, and that's going to bring up Blake Tubbs. Bermudez trots down to first base. Tubbs will look to keep the line moving right here and try to get Bermudez around. As Tubbs, Burris, and Schrader are the next three due up for Ouachita, should they keep the rally alive right here. First pitch, that one's low for ball one. Tubbs is a senior for Ouachita, playing his final season with the Tigers. He'll be celebrated this weekend as a part of the senior weekend festivities. The next pitch, that one Not bad placement that time from Beebe, but it stays out of the zone for ball 2. Both batter and pitcher getting encouragement from their respective dugouts. As the 2-1, that one stays too low for ball 3. So good patience here from Tubbs. And he's worked himself into a count leverage situation. The 3-1. That one catches the inside corner for strike 2. Tubbs might have thought it'd been ball 4. But he'll return back to the mound, or excuse me, back to the plate here. Full count, 1 away. The 3-2. That one runs too far inside, and Tubbs will take his base on the walk. Let's make it back-to-back walks for Braden Beebe. And now Cade Burris steps up to the plate representing the tying run. Zach Kirkendall is going to enter the game as a pinch runner for Tubbs, who does his job by keeping the line moving. Worked a walk there and a good battle with Beebe. Burris is 1 for 4 on the afternoon. And looking for a big base hit right here. Two runners on, 1 away. Tying run at the plate for Ouachita. Braden Beebe out there on the mound for Henderson State. First pitch is hit to short and struggles with it a bit. Throw over to first. Close play, but it's in time, and that's going to do it. So a bit of a heartbreaker for the Tigers at home this afternoon as they played well. They trailed for most of the late innings, but came back. Even took the lead heading into the top of the 9th. But Henderson with an impressive 4-run rally, including 2 home runs in the top half of the frame. Tying run does come to the plate for OBU in the bottom of the 9th. But a double play there ending the ball game for the Tigers, and Henderson claiming its 30th win of this 2022 campaign. They're 30-12 overall on the year, and Ouachita dropping to 24-18 overall on the year. But the Tigers will look to bounce back in this weekend series against the fellow Tigers of East Central. That'll be a Battle of the Tigers that you can catch right here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Should be a fun one, as there you get a final look at the line score. Henderson 9 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. And then for Ouachita, 6 runs on 8 hits and 4 errors. And the difference proving to be that 4-run rally in the top of the 9th, Dylan Thomas with the go-ahead home run. He's been a reliable hitter for them all year long. He's going to exit this game with a .452 batting average after a 3-for-5 day, in which he drove in 3 runs on 3 hits, including the 2-run home run. Bryson Haskins also added some insurance with a 2-run home run of his own there in the top of the 9th. And then for Ouachita, G. Allen inching closer to the history books with his 11th home run of the year. He's got a chance to make history this weekend if he can get a couple against East Central. His home run was a big one. It was a grand slam that gave the Tigers the lead with 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. But as we mentioned earlier, that rally from Henderson State proving to be the difference in this one. So Andrew Howard, despite having one of his roughest outings of the year, picks up the victory. 1 inning of work. He allows 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 walk, and he struck out 2. And then getting the save for Henderson, it was Braden Beebe. He was excellent in the bottom of the 9th. He did walk 2, but he was able to record those important final 3 outs for Henderson here in this midweek bout, and then getting tacked with the loss for Ouachita. It's the senior Hunter Gotro. That's going to do it for this edition of Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, but we will be back this weekend as the Tigers look to bounce back in their next conference series. Until then, on behalf of everybody here at OSDN, we thank you for tuning in to this Battle of the Ravine edition of Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Until next time, this is Chase Hartzell signing off. Have a great evening, and go Tigers!